Hello everyone, it's Bubber Dude, and today I'm going to be analyzing the Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury overview trailer, and a lot of new information about Bowser's Fury is revealed and discussed in this trailer, but they didn't add a whole lot to the 3D World base game, but there were a few minor changes made with gameplay, so I'll be talking about those along the way, and let's go ahead and start the analysis. So at the beginning, they just talk about 3D World and the power-ups and characters you can play as. So as far as we know, there are no new characters we can play as, and the graphics are improved, and the characters, they all run a little bit faster in this game. So I don't know if the speed is the same in Bowser's Fury, but I do like that all the characters run a bit faster. So Toad is still the fastest and Peach is still the slowest, and they all still have their respective abilities, like Luigi having a high jump, Mario being balanced, and Peach being able to float. So further on into the trailer, you can see all of them start running at the same time, so we can compare how they run. So you'll be able to tell that Toad is still the fastest and Peach is still the slowest. So, all the characters still have their different abilities and unique controls, like how they work. So, Mario's obviously a balanced character, and he's a little bit easier to control than the others because Luigi's jump is higher. So, if you play as him and you're not used to high jumps, you'll have to get used to that, along with Peach being able to float, and then Toad running really fast. So since he already runs really fast in this game, all the characters run faster, so Toad's dash is super fast. So now they're talking about power-ups, and as far as we know, there are no power-ups added to the game, so there's no new power-ups or masks or boxes or anything like that. And there's no new character that we know of. But there could possibly be one if they release a new trailer or if they update the website. But it's getting kind of close to the release now, so I don't think that they will add a new character, because if they were going to talk about a new character they were adding, they probably would have already done it by now, but who knows, they could still do it. But yeah, so most of the 3D World part of the trailer, there's not really much to talk about because we already know all this information, and it's not really new to us. So they still have the white Tanuki suit, where if you die a certain amount of times, you're having trouble on a level, they'll give it to you. So they still have all the same boxes, and I don't know if the cannon box will still automatically fire, like just constantly, like it did in the Wii U version, because in Mario Maker 2 you actually have to press Y to fire it, and then if you hold it you can still do a charge shot, but it doesn't actually fire unless you press Y for a normal shot and then you hold it for a charge shot. So here we can compare all the different character speeds when they're running, so you can tell that Toad runs the fastest and Peach is the slowest. So Toad is ahead, and then Mario's right behind him, Luigi's behind him, and then Peach is just a little bit behind Luigi, so Peach still runs the slowest. And it makes sense that since Peach has the really good floating ability, she gets decreased speed, because if she had floating and really fast speed, she would kind of be too much of an overpowered character, and so everyone would use her. But I like playing as Toad and Luigi because of Luigi's high jump and also his short jump, and I also like Toad because he runs really fast, so Toad is even faster in this game, obviously because all the characters run faster. So Toad is like really, really fast, so he can just dash through levels very quickly. And they still have the crown mechanic when you're playing a multiplayer. So you and your friends, if you're playing multiplayer, you can still fight over the crown. And then now they talk about online and local wireless play, which is interesting because here we can see the menu for that. And in the bottom left corner, you can see Mario's icon, which means the player has probably selected Mario as their character. So you can select online or local wireless here. So it says you can play with up to 4 people by connecting with your friends online, and 2 people can play locally on a single Nintendo Switch system, which means you can have 2 Switches playing together with 2 people on each, or you can have 4 different Switches connecting with 1 person on each. So I'm glad they added something like that, even though they didn't add 4 players, you can still do couch or local co-op with 4 people or up to 4 people on the same system. But you could do 2 switches with 2 people on each, or online or local. So they both work the same. It's just that one is short distance and one is long distance. So you can join a game or create a room, and whoever creates the room will be the host, and their current save file will be used. So once they save the game and end the online session, the changes they made will be saved to that file. So they have to pick one of their 3 files. But they could have added more files to the game. I'm not sure. So you do have to have an active Nintendo Switch Online membership to do online play. And yeah, so I think playing online with friends will be really fun. So I think that's one of my favorite additions to this new game, but also snapshot mode. And I just want to say that I did predict this in my video where I listed some things I wanted to see in a new 3-year-old game on Switch before 3-year-old was announced, and when the rumor was going around that there could be one, I decided to list some things that I would want to see in a new game on Switch, because, it was potentially coming to Switch. So I did that, and I talked about how I wanted to have a snapshot mode just like the one in Odyssey. So they did add that, and they talk about it here in this trailer. So another quick thing I want to talk about is that the UI or user interface has been changed, with the coin counter not having a X anymore. I think it used to have an X. And then the life counter used to have an X, I'm pretty sure. And then, the numbers here have been changed. The quality is a little bit better with the icons here. And then, if we go back, you can also see at the bottom of the screen the player count. Right here, says you can press L and R to join with a pair of Joy-Cons or a Pro Controller, and we can see that the light on the character icon is turned from blue to green, obviously because the Switch controller's lights are green instead of blue like on the Wii U. So I like how they changed the UI here a little bit, and I actually like it a little bit better because it looks more cleaner with newer quality. So here you can freeze time, obviously with snapshot mode, so they have all of the settings here on the side, which tells you how to do it. You can also use the stamps you collect in the game to take pictures with. You can set them on the landscape, and in the Wii U version, you use them to post to Miiverse, which is sadly no longer around. So I do like the new things they added to the snapshot mode, where it's not just the same as Odyssey, where you can add filters, like with Cat Mario and the Piranha Plant. You can see they've added a filter. Also, that one's pretty cool. And I'm assuming they have all the same filters from Odyssey, but they could have more since, it's a newer version of the snapshot mode. So this is the latest appearance that we've seen it in so far. So you can see here, you can place the stamps on the landscape right here with the Piranha Plant coin and the Mario here. So I like how that looks and how cool that is. So next they talk about Bowser's Fury, and they talk about some more of the story and discuss some new things that are exclusive to this mode, like Bowser Jr., and how all the enemies have cat ears, and also those cat NPCs. So here you can see Bowser Jr. with painting a Fury Bowser, and he needs Mario's help because Bowser's really angry, so they team up, and Bowser Jr. becomes your buddy. So Bowser Jr. is an AI that helps you along the way of collecting the cat shines. So in a future video of 3D Plus Bowser's Fury, which will probably be coming out within the next few days or next week because the game is releasing pretty soon, I'll be talking about how all the cat medals and cat shines work in the game, how you progress and everything like that. So not everything was talked about in this trailer, but a lot of the information was revealed. So now we know more about Bowser's Fury, and if you want to, you can play 2-player mode with Bowser Jr., where one person controls Mario and one person controls Bowser Jr. So Bowser Jr. is able to get power-ups for you that are not in blocks. So right here it says you can do co-op play for 2 players, or if you want to play by yourself, you can control Mario, and then Bowser Jr. can be an AI. So he'll help you discover secrets and help you defeat enemies. So that's going to be really helpful along the way. And plus you can do a new move where she goes into the water, or he and dives and jumps up, so they can get a little speed boost in the water. So Mario can use Plushie to traverse across the gigantic waters of Lake Lapcat to get around faster to go between the different islands because there are a lot of them. And I'm pretty sure on the American website or the English website, it said that there was going to be different islands you could go to. So you unlock them as you get the lighthouses cleared out, cat shines, but I'll talk about more of that in a later video. So next we can see Fury Bowser awaken and get really angry, which turns the island to dark. So now it's raining and stormy. Bowser unleashes his giant attacks on Mario, and Mario has to try to run to the center to get the Giga Bell, which I'm pretty sure you have to unlock by getting a certain number of cat shines. But I'll discuss how all of this works in a future video, which will probably be the last one I release before the game comes out. And after a while, Fury Bowser does go back down into the water, and then the island calms down again. So he cannot stay angry forever. But he will come back. So you can see the Giga Bell here is stuck in the black goop on top of the statue in the middle of the island. So when Bowser appears, your goal is to try to get to the center with the Giga Bell because it awakens whenever Bowser awakens out of the water. So then you can try taking down Bowser. And I'm assuming after a certain number of times you defeat him, then he'll finally be defeated. But we don't know what the final boss is like until the game comes out. So once Mario collects the Giga Bell, he turns into Giga Cat Mario, which looks like a lion. And so he's still yellow, he's still technically a cat, but he has a big mane and then a bigger tail. So that's really all there is for Bowser's Fury. And then it says it's available February 12th, 2021. But there is still more that they're going to talk about here right after this, which is the Amiibo. And Amiibo are compatible with Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. In fact, all currently available Amiibo are compatible. We don't know what they do. Maybe most of them, like the non-Mario ones, just give you power-up or something, or maybe they give you coins or lives. But maybe, I'm assuming that the Mario ones will probably do different things from the non-Mario Amiibos. So, 2 new Amiibos are coming out with this game, which are the Cat Mario and Cat Peach Amiibos. And the Cat Mario gives you the White Cat Mario Bell. So it's like the white Tanuki suit, but it turns you into a cat, and you're white, so it works the same like that. But you're a cat, so you can have the cat abilities like climb walls and scratch while you're invincible. So you could use it in Bowser's Fury if you wanted. And the Cat Peach Amiibo spawns a random power-up on the ground right in front of you. So I'm assuming that also works in Bowser's Fury, which will be helpful. So another thing they show here is if you have the Lucky Bell, I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but it's like the brown bell. If you do ground pounds and you turn into like the gold Mario statue where you can get coins from, if you do that right before Bowser's about to hit you with his fiery ray, it actually goes through you. So you don't get affected by it, obviously, because you turn into metal or gold, I guess. So the Amiibos come out on the same day with the game. And that is all there is for the overview trailer for Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. And I'm really excited for this game to come out, so hopefully I can get it on release day or sometime soon. And 1 or 2 more videos on Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser Fury will be coming out before the game actually releases, hopefully. I'm planning on just doing maybe 1 more, so I'll see you guys next time. But until then, God bless.